Hi, everyone. This episode of No Contact is so crazy. I feel like the trigger warnings are also like promos. They're also like tags and teasers. Content warning: gay domestic violence, cops. We talk about disability rights a little. I don't know if that's a content warning, but it's a subject area. We're going no contact with Goodwill after what I learned. This story also involves Drag Race, designers, and I guess trigger warning if you've ever lived with someone that doesn't pay rent, because that has also happened to me and is one of the most stressful situations you can go through. But I think you're going to have fun. But Danielle, she makes it fun. If you like what you hear, we have bonus content on Patreon, full episodes, or on YouTube. If you want to look at us, if you want to look at all my faces, because I try to do more facial responses, so I'm not interrupting. It's just something that we listen and we learn in the YouTube comments. This story we're going to start with for our intro. I picked today off a breakups Reddit thread because I think it's a really beautiful example of how not to go no contact with someone, the wrong mindset to go into a no contact situation with someone. We have producer Anya on the mic.
Hey guys.
Title is, be honest, does no contact actually make them miss you, or are we all just coping while they forget us? I mean, that's what's wrong from this. We already know. Okay, let's continue.
Is that what we're worried about?
Okay. I'm currently on day 15. Oh, Lord. No contact. And honestly, some moments I feel like a boss, but most of the time I'm just a panicked mess. Yeah, because it's been 15 days.
Yes, rookie stuff.
I've watched like 100 YouTube videos saying if you go ghost, they will realize your value and come crawling back.
I bet you have, and don't believe the internet. Except for us.
I'm going to be honest, when I talk to people about going no contact, it's never so the person realizes their value and comes crawling back.
You can manipulate them to treating you better. Come on.
Like, are we missing it or are they?
They're missing it.
Great.
No, we're perfect.
Then I see other people saying if you don't reach out, you're just making it easy for them to move on. Yeah, and for you to move on, miss.
Yes, that's actually kind of the entire fucking point.
I'm assuming it's a miss, as in a young woman. And I'm trying to help, and I love you. It's so confusing. Is it like if they were the one who dumped me, aren't they just happy I'm finally out of their hair? Yes. And when people tell you things, don't argue with them. If I don't text them, aren't I proving that I don't care either? Maybe you shouldn't, girl. But then if I do text them, I know I'll look desperate and probably get a cold one-word reply that will destroy my self-esteem even more. So don't do it. So that's so great that you know that. Do it. That's beautiful. Yeah. You know that having your emotional well-being tied to the way this person responds to you that you have reason to believe will be bad. Don't do it. I woke up.
Why do you need to show them that? Why do you need to prove that you care?
Why are you desperate
Why do you need to do that?
To have your self-esteem destroyed? Yeah. My brain is constantly screaming, text them now before they find someone else, while my heart is trying to stay strong. Ugh. So here's the question. Here's the question that she has for us all. Oh. Has anyone here actually had an ex reach out first after weeks or months of total silence? Like a real I missed you text, not just a hey, I found your socks text. Or is no contact just a psychological trick to force us to move on while we wait for a miracle that isn't coming? Okay, she's almost there. Can you see Wink standing in the frame?
No.
He's a little meerkat. Because he's trying to help you, girl. My dog can tell that you are missing the entire plot. The way that she calls it a psychological trick to force us to move on. That's where the sentence.
Psychological trick. I mean, if you want to put it that way.
And the sentence there. Well, we wait for a miracle. And the sentence there.
Well, we wait for the miracle.
And this makes me think she might be a part of programs. Maybe like that's very 12-step language to be like, don't quit before the miracle. It could be coincidence.
I've never heard that.
Why do I also feel like she's in high school? Like this is such young.
It's very. I pray to God this person is under 25. Frankly,
I want no lobe.
There's no guarantee.
No lobe produce this.
No lobe, virgin lobe here for sure. This is like so. Girl, day 15. Day 15.
You're still in it. That's basically day one.
So deep in it. Just
chemically, that's day one.
Just give it.
Even
just give it
2
months.
15
more days.
15 more and then 15 more. Take it 15 days at a time.
15 days at a time, baby.
Also program.
You got this.
She ends it saying, share your real stories. Please, I need to know if I'm doing the right thing or just wasting my time waiting for a ghost.
Yes.
It's funny because she's right, but not in the way she thinks.
I know.
So I just thought this was fascinating, and I didn't know if I was missing a whole other side of the coin of no contact where people think it's like a psychological trick to make the other person come crawling back.
I think that I think that people use silence as a weapon.
Then it's just silent treatment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is technically a tactic that people use, especially. I mean, it's like, oh well, you won't give me what I want, then you won't hear from me, then I'm gone. Or yeah, I mean, like in relationships, if there's like just silence, like I mean, it's not like I don't think she's out of pocket. But I don't think that the concept of going no contact is not to manipulate the other person in their behavior.
Yes.
It is, that's your behavior, you having boundaries, you taking your behavior and you taking care of yourself.
So here's my tea.
And this is not to entice the other person and for them to know how fucking serious you are. You know what I mean?
On that exact note, I have now today learned there is a difference between no contact and silent treatment. This person thinks that she's going no contact because she hasn't spoken to this person for 15 days. Yeah. But a real no contact is you're not waiting for contact.
Right.
What you're doing is a silent treatment
yeah.
to manipulate them into responding to you.
Yeah. You're not talking to somebody.
Yeah, should I join
that no contact is maybe
what this is happening,
becoming kind of a
what this is happening
internet term.
Yes, this is a 13-year-old who misunderstood 2 words, and we don't judge you, diva.
No, we don't judge you for that. Not for that, at least.
They're literally 45. They're on their second marriage.
I mean, honestly, we probably would track. Also.
Yeah, they kind of meet in the middle at a certain point.
Interesting question, though. Should we answer the question?
Share your real stories, please. I don't think I've
out after weeks or months of total silence.
I've never silent treatmented someone. Like my no contact is earned and it's done, and I am burnt out to the end of there being anything for me. I don't want anything from you.
Yeah.
I don't waver. And I also think it can be okay to waver as long as it's not this manipulation.
Yeah.
As long as it's not to get a reaction out of the other person, you're still doing it for yourself. She's not doing it for herself.
No. And we've often talked to a lot of our guests have come on and talked about how they've gone no contact for periods of time, and
it's a tool.
Right, it's a tool.
Not a manipulation tool.
Not a manipulation tool.
Have you ever silent treatmented someone even when you were younger?
A silent
I don't think I can say I don't think I can be quiet. I don't be quiet like that.
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, not as a form not as like a form of punishment. Like, like there have been times where it's like, okay, like I'm like mad, and like I need space, like stuff like that. But
you say it.
Yeah.
See, here's tea.
Hopefully.
Well, here's tea, because I say it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, someone could hear this and say I gave them a silent treatment, but it's because I already said everything I had to say and you haven't responded yet.
Sure. There's that too.
So,
yeah.
And if you ask me, I'm not going to walk around like someone's weird mom in the 80s and pretend like I don't see you. I feel like that was a common parenting tactic back then. Yeah. But I'd be like, no, you have everything you need. Do you have any questions? Right. You can ask me, but it's out there, honey. I don't keep it inside. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
So there is that. Well, little girl. That's a Love Island reference. Have you gotten past Casa Amor yet?
I am TT.
I'm TT.
We are all TT.
And she's from LA. Thank you, Anya, for reading this with me and proving. I thought I was a little crazy. I thought maybe I was doing a podcast about something I didn't understand for one whole second. But no, this person's wrong. A person wrong on the internet. We caught it here first.
Yeah, add us to your hundreds of YouTube videos.
Oh my God, please.
I don't know if you'll learn something, but you might.
I should actually comment a link to the
should.
account on this thread.
I have been thinking we should get more involved with Reddit. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. And I don't know what I was waiting for, because when I first thought it, well, okay, whatever. We just start working. We start literally doing a production meeting at the beginning of the
People
okay,
love behind the scenes. Like and subscribe, please.
like and subscribe if you like me. Otherwise, I know you're gonna love this episode with Danielle. Enjoy it. Bye.
I really hope one day we can be in each other's lives. Okay, bye.
Have you done like
Probably.
rolls naked?
No.
What the
but
hell?
actually, okay, I did like a sketch, like it's like a parody trailer of like some sort of like Hand the Rocks to Cradle type thing, where it's like a nanny gets hired and like infiltrates this woman's life, you know?
Were you the nanny or the woman?
I was both. I was like, get a girl who can do both.
So it worked.
And so I did a scene where I'm like on an air mattress, but you can't see it. I'm like, but it's just my back. Like, or I'm like fucking the husband.
All right, we gotta get
Implied
Danielle
nudity.
fucking your own husband. We gotta get Danielle naked on Netflix.
I
Start a
pushed
campaign.
myself down the stairs. Like there's a whole like fight scene where I slap I should like post it online, but I throw myself down the stairs and then it's like you see me like, and then like my wheel like rolls and hits me.
Is this, what platform is this on?
No, this like is on my hard drive. Like basically like I did CBS Showcase in 2020 and
Right.
then the pandemic happened and they were like, so you know how SNL did like an at-home version? Why don't you guys do that? We will not give you any resources or money. And I was like, no, this is like so insulting. But everyone in like the group that I did Showcase was like, we have to, the industry.
They
like,
didn't even send you like a box of like microphones or
no,
like
nothing, absolutely nothing. And then like one of the people in Showcase are like, Danielle, not everyone had a chance to shine like you did in Showcase, so this is like an opportunity for everyone else. And I was like, oh, you think I can't do digital? Oh. So I did, and yeah,
Didn't you also get JFL in COVID?
I did. Well, no,
COVID
so
was huge for you.
my first audition for JFL was literally that February right before COVID.
So glad you got it in there.
And then, you know, COVID happened. And then 2021, they're like, we're back, baby. And they were like, so yeah, round 2 of the auditions. I said, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Because I remember you saying you were like, you had to wait outside during your, like you couldn't even watch the other because of.
Did round 2 of the auditions, got it. And we didn't get to fly to Canada because Canada said there's a pandemic.
They actually, right.
They actually cared. But we did this like little play with JFL where we did it at Dynasty Typewriter.
Of course.
They taped it. So half the seats were reserved for camera. And then everyone else was industry, notoriously wonderful crowds that really give a lot.
The 2 crowds that laughed the loudest.
Right, yeah.
People working.
People working.
Everyone working.
Yeah.
Insane.
And the green room was the alley behind Dynasty Typewriter.
I'm dead. Look.
And this is like before they even got a ramp. So it was like just fully inaccessible. And I was just like, I call myself like the phantom of Dynasty Typewriter because I'm always just like in this weird little corner in the wings.
Wait, how did you get up there? Did someone just have to carry your chair?
I had to crawl. And someone carried my chair.
You and chair go separate?
Me and my chair go separate. I go out of the chair and I like grudge up the stairs and then someone carries the chair. And then I just have to be on stage in the wings. Pete Holmes was like coming in and checking. He was like, oh, he's like, what? I like spooked him.
Was he hosting it?
He was hosting
Oh,
it.
that's a nice host. He was like the first podcast I ever fucking listened to.
Really?
You Made It Weird was to me like TED Talks to study before I started stand up.
That's so interesting because like I genuinely didn't know who he was when I started stand-up comedy.
Okay,
like
but
the
that's
first
me with so many
podcast
people.
I ever listened to was Brian Safi and Aaron Gibson's Throwing Shade.
I've heard of it.
Because do you remember Current TV? Right? They had like he had like a segment like called like That's Gay. And then she had a segment like it was about like being a woman, but it's like basically, but it was like the whole like making jokes about like women laughing while eating salads and women in gray hoodies eating yogurt.
What a time.
And, it was called Target Women. But
Oh,
Sarah
that's good.
Haskins was like the original host, and then Aaron Gibson took over. And then I just was like, oh, I really love their content. And then they were like, a podcast. And I said, oh, a podcast? Let me get on board. A podcast.
I remember like reading. Okay, did you ever watch The N? Like Degrassi, The Next Generation was on The N. It was this Canadian channel, and I was obsessed with the N.com because they had like a whole.
I was like the whole universe.
It was basically like Neopets Club Penguin to me. It was like you could go in there, you had an avatar, and you'd talk and you make friends. And they had blog posts about podcasts, and I just remember being like 7, watching this show about teens R-wording each other, but rape, not retard. And then I just say them both, and then. And yeah, I remember them explaining like one of them was like in the comments, someone was like, "Oh, I just realized podcast sounds like broadcast," and I was like, "Ooh,"
Wow.
thinking I was late to the game at 7.
Wow.
And then I listened to Pete
At
Holmes
7, I literally was.
playing outdoors.
No, I was like obsessively cataloging my stickers
That's so cute, Danielle.
and never using them.
What do you use stickers for?
Well, I valued them. So
You
it's like I don't
collected.
want to waste them.
Yeah. That was my thing with. I think I was too OCD for stickers as a child. I was so like it has to be the right time, right place, right thing.
Yeah,
to
so I
stick.
never use them. So I was like,
said
I'm
booklets.
rich in stickers.
We
I like
were-
truly, I have oilies, just stacks.
Did you have felties?
Yes,
Talk
the
about it.
felties, honey.
Talk about it.
We had it all.
And this is in Los Angeles. You're an LA native.
Early native.
Have you lived here your whole life?
Born and raised. I lived in San Francisco for a few years. I went to
Okay.
San Francisco State.
Right.
And I did study abroad in Italy.
I think you said I did
Did
study
I
abroad in
say?
San Francisco. I did study abroad in NorCal.
Right.
Where in Italy?
Florence.
Okay, talk about it.
I loved it. It was amazing.
And then you started stand up when?
When, oh my God.
Were you post college?
It's about to be 12 years.
That's crazy.
My comedy anniversary is coming up.
Oh, what are we gonna do? Can I bring my dog?
I think me and Madison are on the same show.
I love Madison Shepherd.
Shout out Madison Shepherd.
I gotta get her on here.
Yeah, no, she got me wrapped up in the comedy game.
Did she? She put you on?
Yeah, so basically, like, she was living in Hollywood, and her roommate was like an actor / stand-up comedian, and she's like, "Oh, let's go check out his show." And I was like, "Okay," and it was at the Comedy Store, and I was like, "Oh, right, like I'm ready to see like he's a stand-up." He was so bad.
Of course.
He was so bad. Now I understand, like, oh, it was a bringer show. Like, that's why you're performing at the
my God.
Comedy Store.
And you got brought.
And I was brought.
And you were fully brought.
I paid that $20. I had that 2-item minimum. I got brought.
And it happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
Not
but
me,
it was
to the
like,
best
oh
of
my
us.
God, he's so bad. And I was like, Madison, he's not funny. We're funny. How do we do stand up? Like, if he's doing stand up at the Comedy Store, babe. And then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, we.
And you started together?
Yeah, we started
That's
together.
really I didn't know you. I know y'all are like besties down, but I didn't know that was the whole
Yeah.
little story. That's huge. What a trauma bond to have together.
Truly. Yeah, no, after I moved back from San Francisco, we, I guess, both were having like competing America's Next Top Model viewing parties, and our mutual bestie was like, I'm torn. I can't go to both.
Because it was appointment television, right?
Very
you had
much.
to be there when you had to be
you
there.
had to be there. And so he brought her to mine, and
And the rest is
her story.
her story. Okay. So you're here. You told me you have a lot of little stories, but you said you have a friend's story you really want to talk about?
Yeah. Then, God.
This is already a great start.
This is truly, there was a time in my life where if you were a chaotic gay man living in Los Angeles, you were crashing on my couch.
just any and all of them.
Any and all of them.
I relate and I understand.
My doorbell ring was like the Waiting for Tonight club remix. Like,
are you serious?
No, but that's what it felt like.
I was like, I don't know. I know I missed out on ringtones culturally, but we can still do that for doorbells.
We can still do that for doorbells.
Oh
I should
God.
actually figure out a way to do that.
Tonight. Okay,
I know, but we don't want copyright infringement strikes.
That's okay. I don't think we did well enough for them to come after us.
I mean, does J-Lo even do well enough?
Talk about it. And talk about it. And that's not the first time she's come up on the pod.
I'm just like Io. I'm gonna. You know how she like ended up hosting when J-Lo was a musical guest, and like she had talked about her on a podcast.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
And then
That's
the internet
so
was
funny.
like, "What's gonna happen?"
Io,
and it's like
J-Lo's like, who is that?
Exactly. J-Lo's like that didn't reach my desk. Like,
That's so funny. Okay, so you were young. You were
I was young,
housing
dumb,
gay
having
men.
fun, housing gay men, doing my part, being of service to the comunidad. And my bestie at the time, he was a fashion designer. He had gone to Otis. He was
Is that a design school?
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
in LA. So Otis School of Design. They have like fashion, fine art.
Yeah, OSAD. So he was like successful?
Well, he was very talented. It was one of those things like, oh my God, he is so talented. Like he had like sketches like from even back when he was in college, and it's, you know, the
like of clothing.
McQueen, yeah, like fashion school. No, but it's like
And so
you sketch
comedy
the
pill?
models and everything like that.
Okay.
But even in his sketches, it's like, you remember those McQueen like hoof like shoes,
The crazy heels?
Yeah, the
That were, like,
crazy
impossible
heels
to
that
walk
look
in?
like cloven hoof, but also like armadillo vibes, like just like sick. I mean, he had sketches like that predate that were like basically the same as, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like incredibly talented, super visionary, alcoholic. But, you know, I was drinking, so I didn't really clock it. I
Sure,
was like,
sure.
but we all get drunk and black out. If we're
Comunidad.
all doing it, we're all having fun, and it's normal.
It's comunidad.
It is comunidad. And he was like living with another friend, but then she ended up moving, whatever. I just moved into my place, and I had essentially like a spare bedroom, like upstairs. Like I can't access the upstairs. There's a whole upstairs, but it's like a converted attic space, right?
Okay.
But it had its own bathroom, but it's like I can't use that.
Sure.
I can't access it. And so he like needed like a place to live, and it's like, oh my God, let me live with my bestie. How fun. That will be so fun. And he had a job, and he was designing for like a cool indie brand, whatever. And then a month later, he did not have that job because, again, he's an alcoholic.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Why did he need a place to stay in the first place? Do
I
you
don't
know?
even remember, but that's what I'm saying. It was like probably on some, I think it was on some, he couldn't afford to like be on a lease on his own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of like, oh, I can rent a room from someone, but if they're moving out and I have to take over the lease, like I won't qualify for the lease.
Sure. I guess I'm wondering, like, do you think he teed up living with you because he knew he was like on the rocks at work?
Maybe, probably. Actually, that's like really insightful. And
It may
now
have
we're
happened to me
like
before.
unraveling like an even deeper layer of like why this is so trauma.
Okay, for sure. Okay, and we're scratching the surface.
We're
just unraveling the surface.
Pulling yarns. And so he's living with me, and then he loses his job, and it's like, oh my God, I'm not gonna kick out my bestie. That's so bad. You can't do that. That's mean. And it's like, well, you'll get another job. You're so talented. And he's not getting a job, and it's like going on and on. But then Wait,
did he say why he got fired?
I mean, I assume it was like because he was like an alcoholic and just like was not like really doing well at work.
Did he ever give you a reason, or was it just like, oh my God, they did this to me?
I think it was on some, they're downsizing or some bullshit, or they're like going in a different direction, or like the company's failing or something. You know what I mean?
Any of those.
Which all like independent fashion design people, not really a head for business, a lot of them, you know, frankly, let's be real. A lot of it is, oh, I have an angel investor, AKA the person I'm fucking, you know, like, and they don't know. And they have ideas. And manufacturing costs money.
Okay.
So it is,
No, clocked it. You clocked it.
And
if they break up, then the company has to downsize.
Fully. So whether it was like a legitimate warranted firing or not, he was. And I'm like, yeah, I can't have him leave. And then he was like making like dresses for people like on the side, like he just, you know, is able to do that. Like some clients and stuff. And so Naomi Smalls gets tapped to do Drag Race, and she hires him to do all her costumes for the season.
Amazing.
And so I'm like, okay,
her first season,
right? So this is time, we're back in the day. So I'm like, okay, yes, you're doing costumes for a drag queen that's like sickening, who's gonna be on Drag Race. I get that, like, you know, what you're getting paid now maybe isn't like the most, like, isn't the best, but it's like you are gonna be on Drag Race. And once it's like you design this on Drag Race, you will start being able to pay rent. And he designs the costumes, and they're amazing. And Naomi Smalls, icon legend, and we stand.
What a get for him as well. Like, oh my God.
And Naomi becomes besties with Kimchi on the season, and then it's like, oh my God. And so Juan starts designing stuff for Kimchi, and it's like, yes, it's happening.
We can say his name.
Juan Chavez. R.I.P. Juan Chavez.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Shout out to a real one.
All right, and then what happened?
Did I spoil it? Oops, no. So it's like, okay, yes, you're going to make money because you're designing for all of these queens. And it's like, where is the money going? Are you charging the queens? What's happening? Do they just think they can get a good deal because they're queens? And it's like, well, I'm wearing it, so I'm kind of doing you for, like, I don't know. And I keep kind of pressing him.
Which is a deal some people make.
Yeah, but it's
he
like,
needs money.
Meanwhile, babe, you've not paid rent. It's been years.
Years?
This is years. Well, you know how long it takes to film a season, find out you're going to be on, make the costumes, film the season, wait for it to air.
That's a year, right?
That's like at least a year.
And he did nothing out. He wasn't paying a single rent.
Not a single rent, babe. Not a single rent.
How are you even doing that? Like, do you just have your acting gigs? Like, how are you even floating this gay guy?
No, well, again, I couldn't live in the upstairs.
Yeah.
And so I moved into the place knowing that, not really even thinking like I was going to have a roommate.
Right. But you did have a roommate.
But I did.
But then you did have someone.
But then I did.
Shared spaces, utilities, Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did get the logo password. I was able to watch.
And that is
$4.99
a month, as in $4.99 American cents.
This was when cable TV was a thing.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. So this is how you're like justifying it to yourself. It's like, well, I wasn't going to use that space anyway. I might as well go to Juan Chavez for free before he dies.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, I wasn't going to use the space anyway, so might as well. Right? And it's like, he is really, my whole thing was like, he's so talented. Like, it's all going to work out. Like,
and he does keep getting hired.
And he
like,
keeps getting hired by people. And he's like making amazing stuff. And it's like, you're making clothes for Kimchi. Like, you're making, like, he started making clothes for Meatball. Like, it was like making, like,
well,
literally.
I wouldn't share that. Just kidding. Love her.
Love her. Shout out Meatball. Literally for Valentina, before, like, when Valentina first started, he made like her looks and she used them on her season of Drag Race.
Oh my goodness.
She did some awful alterations to them, but I was like, I remember you being in my living room trying that on.
That's so cool.
For real.
No, I get it. The talent is
so
real.
it's like the talent was like, so it was like, I don't know. It just felt like, you know, I'm a kind person. But it's like, you are so talented. And I just know, like, if you were like set up in the right way, like, the world should see this.
And
like,
you're creative
amazing.
too.
And
like,
I'm creative.
We're all
and
in the same boat.
I think that's the thing. Like, if he was not a good fashion designer, like, this would not have been happening. I genuinely, you know, it's like, oh, you're not going to pay rent and you're untalented and you say you're creative? Get out. Get out. Right?
Of course. Of course.
That's actually, never mind. I won't say it. So,
it's so me, Corey, to say I won't say it and then say it immediately, just so you know. And we can cut that if you want. But
sure.
And also tell me who it is when we're done.
We'll bleep it out. But
okay.
So, like, I was like, it's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. And then, oh no. And then he's like, can my boyfriend move in? And I'm like, okay.
Well, does he have money?
Well, that's the thing. The boyfriend worked at like a marketing firm, and it's like, oh, the boyfriend like has a job, is legitimate. I was like, well, then I'll be getting some rent because the boyfriend moved in. And the boyfriend moved in, and then there's still no rent. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is happening?
What did you have a conversation with the boyfriend about the costs and the agreements and the terms?
No.
Oh, okay. So what? I don't mean this to sound exactly how it's going to sound. What did you think was going to happen?
I thought, oh, well, Juan's going to tell the boyfriend what the rent should be. And
well, Juan doesn't know what the rent should be because he hasn't paid it in 2 years. I don't think there's a should. Even with inflation, it should be more. Should be more.
Should be more
than when you asked for it 2 years ago.
Should be more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you nervous to bring it up, or did you not think about it? Or
I was nervous to bring it up.
I understand. What were you afraid of?
Well, it's like, you're mean and you're like, you know, like, you like, don't you see I'm working? I'm trying. And it's like, okay, but then like, where is that money going?
Because see, to me, the scariest outcome would be what literally happened was that they don't give you any money. So I would be afraid of not getting money.
But I'm already not getting money.
Which is, right. That situation continuing would be my worst fear, personally. That's what makes me nervous. Personally. So I guess I'm just wondering,
I guess like my fear was
not,
like, you're evil and mean and I'm not your friend anymore.
Oh,
frankly.
So Juan Chavez was evil and mean?
No, that he was going to say that to me.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that was my worst fear. It's like,
So,
oh, you're evil and mean, you're a bitch, and I'm not your friend anymore.
So it's
fucked up.
This podcast is a lesson on female conditioning.
Yeah.
So many stories, the main driving fact. I mean, I don't want to label that,
for sure.
But if you think that's what it is, then
no,
I think
but I mean, it's like
the
fear of like, yeah, it's like, wait. And so like, that is ultimately like a fucked up friendship if like, you're not holding up your end of the bargain and
he's okay with it.
You're okay with that.
Did he ever talk about paying you back eventually? Like, you're narrating, oh, when you make it big, you'll be good. Is he telling you, I got you?
I would always bring it up in that like, well, how much are you charging the girls? Like, you should be like your rates, like, because... And he would always be like, yeah, no, I'm like trying to figure it out. And it was like, okay, but you weren't. I don't know. I don't know what you, also it's like, I don't know where the money was going, frankly, because he didn't do drugs, but he did drink all the time. And then I started clocking and noticing like, if a bottle, like if I had like a bottle of tequila and it wasn't opened, it would be fine. But if I opened it and had some of it, then all of a sudden, boop,
it evaporated.
It was like done. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I started like testing that. It's like testing my theory to like see if it was like actually true.
That's such child logic on his part of like, I never drank obviously, but like I feel like kids going into their parents' liquor cabinet, it's like, well, they won't notice that it's open. Meanwhile,
Right.
it's gone.
Yeah.
So I wonder what he did tell this boyfriend who did have marketing money. Like,
wow. Let's get to the boyfriend. The boyfriend, right? Their relationship. And the boyfriend, Puerto Rican, very drama diva, considered himself a drag queen. Really, it was the kind of thing where, learn the words, bitch.
uh-huh.
He would go to learn the words, bitch, in like full drag. The whole week leading up to learn the words was like a nightmare in my house. It was like screaming, crying, throwing up, like him just screaming at Juan, like it needs more stones.
Okay, for the audience, Learn the Words, bitch it's a monthly drag competition, like expressly not for drag queens.
Fully.
You
It
can
is
be
a
just like a man.
amateur lip syncing competition at your local gay bar.
It's fun as fuck because it's low stakes.
Low stakes.
But not for
Not
Miss
for
Thing.
Miguel. Honey. Miguel. Okay, you know how Meatball has that Jackie O like pink suit with like the blood spotter like studded out? Juan first made that for Miguel, and he performed like some like Spanish, like it was like a novella mix, like of a woman like having a breakdown on like a novella into like some like Spanish lamentation like
this
ballad.
does
It was
sound
like sick. It
incredible.
was a sickening act, but then it was like, oh, that's a dope. Obviously, Miguel's like, do we know what Miguel's drag name is? I sure don't. So, but we know Meatball, and so now Meatball, that's hers. That's her bag. That's her gig. But that's what I'm saying.
Also, like, why does it? He
But
just
the
go
whole
to drag.
week was a nightmare because it was like he was scared to do drag, so he's like, "Let me do drag." I learned the word "bitch,"
And
thinking
then
like
not
other
drag.
drag queens would like see him and like I don't know, be like, "You're one of us," and it's like, "You're not. You're not."
So you didn't like Miguel?
I couldn't stand Miguel. It was just like exhausting, and I was like, I'm gonna ask them to move out because I actually really hate living with Miguel. I would rather look, Juan not paying me rent. He's my best friend. I love him.
Sure.
Miguel not paying me rent. I don't know you actually, and I hate you, and I can't stand you. You're obnoxious and annoying. So
And you're not paying
so
me to
it was
deal
like
with
to
you.
the point where I was like, oh, I actually don't want to be in my own home. Like, do you know what I mean?
I have
Like,
been
I
there.
hate because they were always fighting. It was just like so drama. And I didn't realize how bad the fighting was until I come home one day and I'm home and I'm like in my car and I'm just like on my phone, like watching a YouTube video because I'm like, I just need to decompress before I enter this house. And then all of a sudden, Miguel comes flying out the front door into the driveway. Like, oh my God, he attacked me. And I'm like, what? And he's like, he hit me. And I was like, what? He's like, Juan just attacked me. We're getting ready to go to the gala for LA Fashion Week. And he just attacked me. And I said, the gala for LA Fashion Week. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the fashion industry, but LA Fashion Week
I've
isn't
never.
anything to be talking about. A gala? A gala for LA Fashion Week. Just so insane. But I was like, what? He's like, can you see it on my face? And it's like his lip was bloody. There were definitely like scratch marks. Like he didn't look.
no.
It wasn't like but it was like something happened. Not great. And I was like, oh my God. And then he's like, he's threatening to destroy all of my costumes.
Well, they're his costume.
Exactly. I'm like, well, and in my mind, I was like, well, he made them. So, and I was also like, again, you're not a drag queen. Like, you're not getting, like, this isn't, anyway.
But there's still gay domestic violence in the attic.
There's gay domestic violence happening. And it's just, but it's like, it's so gay. Like, he's just like flailing about and he starts taking evidence selfies. So it's like, just like, like the bloody lip, like, and I'm just like, this is so unserious. This is like gay domestic violence has happened, but also LOL. Like, Like the gays are never beating the allegations. Latino gays, Latinx gays, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Beating everything but the allegations.
Right? So I was like, okay, Miguel, you cannot spend the night here. Like, you need to leave. You need to go.
Even for his own well-being.
And I was like, I'm going to get Juan and I'm gonna be with him. And you go, you grab your things and get out of here. And then you need to go. And I'm thinking, right, if you were, I don't know, in a domestic violence situation where it got that bad that you stormed out of the house,
you would
had to take evidence selfies, and it was like, you need a go bag. I don't know, how long would that take you? What would you be grabbing?
I mean, I have done that, and it was pretty quick.
Right. So I'm
a couple minutes. It's
yeah. I
kind of running for your life.
And I bring him into my room, and he's like catatonic. It's like spooky. I've actually never seen him before. Just like blank,
out of it. Wow.
Not really responding to anything. And I was like, babe, are you okay? What happened? Like, I genuinely am like, I don't know what happened. And he's like, I'm okay. I'm fine. And it was just like,
does he have any injuries you can see?
I can't really see any injuries on him, but it was just like, I've just never seen him that. It was like,
right.
It was definitely giving like catatonic in a way. And also I didn't realize, I was like, oh, you're drunk. But I didn't realize like the amount that he was drinking, he was so functional drunk.
You didn't know any different.
I didn't even know the difference. Like I know going out partying wasted, but I'm also wasted. But if you're literally that drunk during the day where you wake up and you're just drinking,
you wouldn't clock
and
it.
You're just living life that way, I'm not clocking it. So it's like, apparently they had gone to the fashion district to get fabric to make something for the gala, blah, blah, blah. And Juan was like, Miguel was in his face talking about what he wanted. And there was a fight over a blazer for the gala for LA Fashion Week. I mean, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And Juan snapped and hit him and attacked him or whatever. Miguel said he locked himself in the closet or whatever. I'm like trying to talk to Juan, and I'm just like, also meanwhile, I'm like supposed to host like bingo at Angel City Brewery at 7 p.m. And so I'm like side texting like the guy like, yeah, having a little bit of an emergency. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that spot. There's gay domestic violence happening in my home.
And now that brewery's closed, but maybe it's not your fault. Anyway.
Again, RIP to a real one. Just a lot of
this
shout out to this
city, I swear to God.
This episode in memory of
Juan Chavez and Angel City Brewing. Okay, so when you say he's catatonic and he's drunk, do you think the drinking is a part of why he's so silent, or is he in shock by his own behavior?
I think it's probably a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I think it was like shock, and then also just like he was that far gone. Like,
so how long did it take for Miguel to get his go bag together?
I'm down there, and it's I'm like, baby, what's going on? And then I'm like, okay, Juan, stay in the room. And I'm like shouting up to Miguel, what's going on? I'm getting all my costumes. I'm like, Miguel, fuck the costumes. He said he was going to destroy them. I'm like, Miguel, you were just attacked by your boyfriend. Grab your toothbrush, deodorant, underwear, a change of clothes, and get the fuck out of the house. What is wrong with you?
He wanted all his clothes.
He wanted the costumes. He was not packing. This boy was not. He was packing makeup and costumes. Those were his valuables. He really thought.
This is gay.
Absolutely. It was so gay. It was so gay. It was just, again, never beating the allegations. And meanwhile, Miguel's like, he said Juan threatened to call the cops, but I don't think he would because he's the one that attacked me. And I was like, yeah, that kind of actually doesn't make any sense. But then I'm also clocking how like fucked up Juan is. And I'm like, but who knows? You know, like none of this makes sense.
And have you never seen Juan exhibit violence or
no, never
this type
Absolutely.
of, and you said
never,
the catatonic
never.
state, interesting.
Like growing up, he had experienced like sexual violence and physical violence, you know, and like, but he, you know, like would never hurt a fly. Like he was just not a violent person at all. And so I was just like very kind of shocked by it. And also, you know, whatever. Granted, this is not to victim blame, but I was like, I don't like Miguel anyway. I was like, Miguel probably deserved it in my mind. You know what I mean? But also it was like, this is bad. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. But also it's like, oh, good. Miguel can get the fuck out of the house now, finally. You know?
And
so I was like,
silver
okay, I was like,
lining.
Miguel, just grab your things and go. I was like, you can't stay here tonight. It's not safe. You know? So finally, Miguel is like, has his bag. And as soon as he has his bag, guess who shows up? Whoop, whoop. Policia.
Did Miguel call them?
Juan called them.
Like before you got there?
Yes.
Girl.
Juan called the police and they show up. Miguel has his go bag and it's like 2 officers. It's a woman and a man. And they're like, hi, we're here about a domestic violence complaint. I was like, you need to speak to them. And I just like went in my room. Like, this has nothing to do with me. I didn't see it. I didn't witness
it's true.
it.
You can't say anything.
I can't really speak to anything. And then, so I guess, you know, they do the separate and they talk to the different people or whatever. And so they're doing that. And meanwhile, I'm in my room just like, this is insane. Like, this is actually crazy. Like, I've never had the cops like at my house. This is wild. And finally, I get a little knock on my door and it's like the lady cop. And she's like, first of all, gorgeous house. She's like, can I ask you some questions? I was like, you know the right way to get me to talk. So
She's like, you're all creatives.
yeah, right.
Let me compliment you on something
she
visual.
tries asking me questions, but again, it's like, this is what I was told by them. But again, I didn't witness anything.
Right.
So like, I don't know. And I think it was the thing where I think she knew. And I will say, like, for happening upon a shrieking Puerto Rican gay and a catatonic Mexican gay, these cops were pretty on the up and up.
And thank God.
Not to be, you know, like,
because I didn't know.
ACAB all the way, but like they were like actually treating this with like very real professionalism. And I don't know if it was a nice house.
That's an element. No, that's
may
an
have been
element.
An element.
Yes. Yes.
They're like, oh, we have the homeowner here.
Okay.
But there was like an element of like, oh, it didn't feel like they were like, they felt like they were taking it very seriously and really trying to suss out what happened.
Sure.
And it also seemed like they were reluctant to arrest Juan, almost in a sense of like, this almost feels like reactive abuse.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, because
I should be a cop. Just kidding.
You know, we need people on the inside dismantling the system. I think that's what's really going to
I've
work.
worked in prisons before, but that's another conversation.
Ooh.
I was a guard. I'm just kidding. It's believable.
Honestly, would love to
believable.
pick your brain about that. I know someone writing a pilot on that.
I'm writing a pilot on it.
Oh my God.
Tell them to stop. No, let's talk about it after. No, let's talk about it after. I'm serious.
But I think they were kind of clocking it was like a reactive abuse kind of vibes.
I swear I didn't even know cops knew what reactive abuse was.
Or I think it's like, maybe it wasn't even like they understood those terms, but it's like, you know how you instinctively knew, like that's even like
they have humanity.
I was like, not that he did, like I'm framing it as he did something to deserve it, but the real thing is it's like he finally fought back. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you were pushed because he always does this, right?
Yes.
And that in itself is a form of abuse kind of thing, right? So
and it doesn't make anything okay, but that's the point. Nothing is okay.
nothing is okay.
And how long are you, I've had a therapist say to me, like, how long are you going to be in a situation and just have like the perfect calm reaction all the time? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It makes sense for, in an imperfect human way, to react eventually.
There you go. So the cops are like, well, we have one person who's like very clearly verbally stating this is what happened, and the other person isn't denying it, isn't really giving us their side of the story. There's
And that's
physical
Juan.
injuries. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's like, well, I guess we have to take him to jail. And so Juan's like, they're like getting him ready. And then Juan starts like taking his shoelaces out of his shoes.
Has he been detained before?
And then I'm like, why are you taking your shoelaces out? And he like looks at everyone and is like, I've been to jail before. And it was like, oh, honey, you're not new to this. You're true to this. But it was like, that's what snapped him out. He was like, actually, hang on.
Don't think I'm a bitch who's never been arrested before.
Right, honey?
And you didn't know that about him?
I think I knew, but I kind of forgot.
Sure.
He'd been in because he told me about the gay unit. You know.
And
they
for
have like
the-
little balls. They'll
Yeah,
do little balls and stuff. But they also ask you questions to make sure you're like actually gay, because people will
Not just
try to get in the gay unit.
To get their dick sucked.
Well, also because it's like it's
Fun.
not softer. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like they not as violent as regular holding. Straight cis holding.
Cis hetero comp het holding.
Right. So so Juan's like, I've been to jail before. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right, you have fun in jail. And I was like, yeah, Miguel, you can't, this is crazy. You can stay here tonight, but you need to move out
Yeah.
because
You don't
Juan's
live-
going to get out of jail and he's going to be back and you need to find a new place to live. That's going to be the plan.
when he should have some savings because he's been paying rent in however many months.
Wow. So this all happened on like a Wednesday. So I kind of was like, I don't even know if he's going to be arraigned, because this is like Wednesday night. He's going to be in there Thursday. He probably won't get arraigned on Thursday. Maybe he won't. Like if they decide to pursue charges, he's going to be there through the weekend, I'm thinking. And so it's like, you know, Miguel will move out, whatever. The next week, I was going for 2 weeks, like on a tour. I was like going to be in Minneapolis and Portland
Doing stand up.
doing stand up. And so it was like, well, you know, what happens if and when he gets out of jail? I need to make sure that they're not together in the house. Also, Miguel, I don't know if you're going to like pursue charges or not. I mean, this, you know, the state or whatever can decide if they are going to or not. But usually with something like this, unless you have like the victim saying, I want to pursue charges, they're like going to
won't
drop
bother,
it.
yeah.
Like it's whatever. So I'm just like, Miguel, you need to decide what you need to do, but you're going to move out. Like, this is crazy. Actually, yes, bye-bye. So he leaves. And then Friday night, I have a show. I get home at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I see the shoes with no shoelaces in the foyer.
On Friday?
Well, now it's Saturday morning.
Oh, so- okay,
1,
2
2 in the
days
morning.
later.
Oh, I guess he got out of jail. I guess he got arraigned, and I guess he got back in, and I guess Miguel and him are fine.
You didn't take their keys?
I didn't even think about that.
Okay,
I
for sure.
genuinely didn't even
For
think
sure,
about
for
that.
sure.
Like, it was just like,
No, things
Please.
happen fast.
things happen so fast.
Things happen pretty fast.
I was just like, oh my God, this is insane. It's also 1 and 2 in the morning. Like, I'm going to go to bed. And the next day, oh no, it was I just decided to do it like the day before I left for, but I was just like, I was fuming. I was pissed. I was like, this is insane. Like, he literally attacked you and you're still here. Like, that just seems so crazy to me. And
Are they
it's-
like avoiding you in the house? Are they not talking to you at all?
It was very like, there was enough space where you can like avoid each
Hide,
other,
yeah.
you know, but I was just like fuming. And so the next week, before I left for the airport for my tour, I sat them down. I was like, this is how much rent you owe. If you don't pay it, you have to be out in 30 days.
It was like a back paid amount. Months or years?
years.
Yay!
I was like, Juan, this is how much you owe. Miguel, this is how much you owe. These are both your bills.
Yay.
And Miguel's like, what? Oh my God. What about the money I've been paying you, Juan? I was like, I haven't seen a dime of it.
Miguel was paying Juan?
Miguel was paying Juan.
So Miguel didn't know.
I had no clue.
I
And Miguel's
hate
like,
that.
oh my God, this is, and I was like, that's the law. So that's what it is. Yeah. So, and I did it. So it's like 2 weeks. It's like, I'm going to be out of the house. I don't even have to deal with their bullshit. And the last 2 weeks, it's like, I'm there, but it's like, yeah, 'cause I just knew they weren't going to be able to pay the money. So that's why I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, so you're out. This is done. And I went on my tour and I came back, and then Juan kept trying to talk to me.
In the house? He
and-
was still there?
and he was, yeah.
Oh, because you gave 30 days notice.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
because I was
okay.
like
I hear you.
legally, you know, and then Juan kept, he was like trying to talk to me, but I just kind of like ignored him.
What is there to say?
Exactly. Also, it didn't seem like anyone was moving. It really didn't seem like there were no boxes being prepared. There's no real urgency. It didn't seem like anyone was moving. Very interesting energy. And literally like so the week before they're supposed to move out, Juan gets really urgent with the text. Can we have a conversation? Whatever. And I just like repeated and I put it all in writing. Like, you know, I served you legally. If you do not leave, the cops will remove you and I will put all of your things outside.
Woof.
Like, you are being evicted and I will file this as an eviction on your record. You did sign a lease.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I showed him the lease.
Oh, girl.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I was being so nice.
You were, though. That's the problem.
I was being very, very nice. And it was like, I didn't want to do this, but actually, I just felt so disrespected. I was like, you're going, and maybe this is like fucked up that was the reason. It wasn't even like, oh my God, you harmed someone. But yeah, you harmed someone in my house. Like literally, you assault. You brought the cops to my house. Like, I don't want that. That's fucked up. I do not want to be involved with cops. Please. You assaulted someone in my house. Come to find out, the whole time Miguel was like abusing Juan.
Physically.
Yeah.
And he was hiding it from you?
And he was hiding it
How
from me.
did you find out?
Because when I was in Minneapolis, my friend was staying in my room. And her and Juan were like, you know, Juan's friendly and Juan's great when he wants to be.
When he wants to be.
And he like disclosed to her that like Juan, he's like, but don't tell Danielle.
Which is so unsurprising. It's almost just confirmation.
Right, fully.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, this actually tracks and clocks so much. Because I was just like, I hate Miguel. Miguel's like Valens, always yelling out. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like,
It'd be shocking if he
grow
wasn't.
up around like abuse like that.
Good.
So but you know what I mean? So I
Yes.
wasn't familiar, but now in hindsight and just with more awareness due to infographics on the internet.
And never stop posting those. They've
Never
changed our
stop
lives.
posting. They change lives. Those infographics change lives. But I learned more about actually like abuse and things like that. So it's
and
like,
you
oh,
never really know. People are so sneaky. You really never know.
So it was just like, yeah, no, you guys can't be abusing each other in my house. Like, get the fuck out of my house. This is fucked up. Break up. Why are you with each other?
Yeah.
This is so bad.
Yeah.
Also, hi. I've been so fucking nice. And Juan was just like, are you really not? And then I think he sent like a really foul like text, like, I can't believe you would do this to me, blah, blah, blah. Like he was breaking up with me and I just never responded.
Again, what is there to say?
What is there to say? And then he moved out and that was that.
They did find a place within 30 days.
I have no idea. But he was like, it was on some, but what happens if I don't move out? I was like, the cops will evict you.
And then
I'm
you'll have
changing the
eviction
locks.
notice. And
like, bye-bye.
did he and
Miguel, he didn't push it. He didn't. He was literally just in jail. Like he would be in jail. You know?
Right. And delacing shoes is hard. It takes.
He was
second.
really quick with it. He's had practice.
Right.
Again, not new to this, true to this.
What a fucking move. That's so funny.
But really, I've been in jail before.
That's so fucking. What a weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex, right?
But
such a weird flex.
Do you know if he and Miguel moved out together?
I don't think so.
Good.
Because Miguel actually had like a real job. Like he had, resources, I guess.
And that can be huge for people. And that can make a huge difference for people. So it was.
So
that,
I think like Juan like couch surfed a little bit and then eventually ended up back in Palm Springs, like where he grew up, or not
got you.
Palm Springs, but like outside of Palm Springs, like Cathedral City.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. And
did you hear that like through the grapevine?
Yeah, I kind of heard that through the grapevine, and it's like just unfortunate. Like he. Again, super talented, but I also heard like through the grapevine, it was like, yeah, a lot of the queens stopped working with him, like even though he makes amazing stuff, because it was like, we're paying you and actually the clothes isn't done, or we're not seeing any clothes, like, or it's not ready yet and there's deadlines.
So I saw Kimchi post about this. Was it about him?
Probably. Probably. It probably was. What year was it?
I think kind of recently. I think in the last 3 years, maybe 5. When did he die?
I think he was dead.
Oh,
I think he was dead. R.I.P. R.I.P.
so
No.
Wait, so how did?
Yeah, this was like pre-pandemic.
Oh,
This all went
okay.
down pre-pandemic.
Right. That is when their rookie seasons were.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like before All Stars and all that. Yeah.
What I guess what was your final, did you have a goodbye moment, or was he just gone one day and you were like, that's that?
That's that.
And how did you hear, how did you then hear about his demise?
Someone texted me.
It's always that.
Yeah, it was like a
It's always a Snapchat
It
or
was
a
like, oh my
text.
God, I saw something on Facebook. Do you know what happened? And then I was getting, because everyone was like, oh, you were his best friend. And like, it's not like I announced like I'm breaking up on Facebook, like
Right.
divorced from or whatever, you know.
Divorced from a gay guy.
Right? But it's not like I made a public announcement, but it's just like, we don't talk about Juan Chavez. And so I was getting all these texts from people. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? I was like, I don't know.
What year was this?
Oh God.
It was post-pandemic.
Post-pandemic.
So it'd been like a few years since you'd cut off contact.
Yeah. Oh God. I want to, I don't know. I'm trying to think now.
But this is like in the past few years.
I would say past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't know what happened?
I think it was probably self-inflicted,
Really?
or sometimes like with Amy Winehouse, she was like such an alcoholic. Sometimes you just,
Go too far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could even not, like, apparently he had entered some sort of like rehab facility and like got sober, but like even with that, because your body and everything is so weak, like if you relapse or even if you don't,
It's dangerous.
it's just like you are in such a weakened physical state that stuff just happens.
damn.
But R.I.P.
Literally. Sorry I laughed so hard the first time.
No, that's fine. It was kind of wild. I did like
yeah, it is kind of wild.
I did a deep, like, clean, like, Katie French. She has Laugh Cry DIY YouTube channel. It's really cool. So she remade my closet, and in that, I just like purged a bunch of shit from my house. And he had made like, so it was like a vintage My Little Pony, like the full size vintage My Little Pony, and he had like studded it out and like customized it and put like a little Chanel like where the heart would be.
That's so cute.
On the butt. Like it was like just really cute. And I just was like, I think I was just like still like really pissed and upset, and I like gave it away. And then when I found out he died, I felt really bad about that.
Do you wish you still had
I
it?
do.
Who'd you give it to? Let's call him.
Goodwill.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, it was like, it's gone.
You know
It's gone.
what?
And now it's, Goodwill, a company that pays disabled people below minimum wage.
In the stores?
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Corporate loopholes.
How much do they pay them?
Not minimum wage. It's very fucked up.
Because
Anyway, ableism, it's everywhere.
what
For those
kind
with
of
eyes to see it.
Wait, I am curious. What? How do you know about this? Is there a news story
There have been
about
articles
this?
written. I'll send you one. But yeah, it's like essentially something to do with the fact that they're a nonprofit and they
That'll
are
get ya.
considering it like a volunteer, but they're paying. It's like very fucked up.
I have seen this before in
Also, Also too with like disability, similar to people that on welfare or food stamps. It's like, okay, if you make a certain amount, you lose your benefits, but the amount that you have to make is still like poverty level. So it's like
you don't have enough money no matter
no
what.
matter what. Yeah.
I cannot. Do you feel like that's by design that they do that shit?
Fully. I think it's very much by design, and it's also like an easy way to like, we'll blame, these people, the entitlements have gone too far.
And they
These
won't work.
people,
And it's
they
like,
won't, they refuse to. And it's like,
because then you're working for free essentially.
babe, also too, it's like, you don't just all of a sudden go from making like minimum wage to like $250 a year, like you, or $250,000 a year, right? Like there's bit by bit, you grow.
And also the famous, I feel like there was one video that went viral, but I'm sure there's so many, but they're like, anyone who wants a job can get one. Like the greeter at Walmart is like, has, you know, a quadriplegic or whatever.
The greeter at Walmart, again, similarly,
is
they
on
are also on
assistance.
food stamps, on assistance.
And that's the T.
They pay them that much because they know the government will subsidize it. And so they're paying them as little as possible. It's all by design, because guess who else gets so much money and lobbies? Walmart, the Walmart family,
The Waltons.
the Waltons,
The
honey.
Waltons.
Yeah, it's all very much by design. Corporate greed.
Talk about it. I feel like this is sort of a, well, not to lead you, say whatever you want, but the one segment we have is what is something that you would go no contact with?
Oh my God, what is something I would go no contact with?
I mean, if you have a few that you feel strong in your heart, we could say Walmart.
I would go no contact with AI. I'm so sick of it.
Thank you.
It's being shoved down my throat
Thank you.
in ways that are so obscene. I love a pimple popping video. I love a blackhead extraction. I love watching them come out. I like when they use the tweezers. I like when they squeeze with their fingers. I like when they just peel off like a nice Biore strip. I love it all. Tell me why on my feed I'm getting an AI pimple popping video. I said, this is disgusting.
That is sacrilegious.
This is sick. That is twisted.
I'm so glad I haven't seen
I
that.
saw it was
Unless
all
I
of a sudden
have.
it looked real at first, and then the AI voice starts, and I'm like, oh, but people use that sometimes,
Right?
And then all of a sudden they start pressing on it, and it just is like unnatural.
They're destroying.
And I'm like, this is sick. No one needs this. This
No.
isn't satisfying anyone.
no. And then it makes,
enrages me.
and then it undermines the real versions
Right?
that are
There is-
unbelievable.
There is a woman named Alicia Brown in Killeen, Texas, who uses Q-tips because she is not a dermatologist.
Okay.
Dare I say barely an esthetician. Okay. She just squeezes them out.
Aren't you supposed to use Q-tips instead of your fingers?
You're not supposed to be doing any of that shit.
Well, that is true.
Like,
I thought it was
high-key-
like harm reduction.
Yeah, it's a harm reduction thing. It's like, you're not really supposed to
I
be
learned
doing
that on the
any of
Tyra
that
show.
shit, you know? But she uses like, it's all the things she does is like, technically she can do it because she is not a medical provider.
I hear
But
you.
she's getting them out, and she like softens the skin with some glycolic like wash, so it just like be popping out, and it's,
Well,
you
send
can't
me that.
replace that with AI. You can't.
It is a perfect example you've chosen to explain like the loss of trust and the miracle that is the internet.
The internet is so good.
Like I saw
The internet is unmatched. A head filled with big, juicy blackheads. And women just speaking in Vietnamese in the background while a fan is just blasting. And they're just going in. That AI can't replace that.
It makes me want to let my skin go so that can be me.
High key would love a partner with blackheads so I can just get in it. Honestly, that's like my dream. If they have blackheads on their face and they like let me just get at them, I would be like, babe, don't wash today. Don't. I take that 2% BHA. I hide that from him. I hide that from her. I said, no, babe.
I'll raise you one. What about a back blackhead? You ever seen that? Because they're big.
It's so good. There was this guy that
It's
I
so
used to
intimate.
fuck, and part of the reason why I liked fucking him was that like when we were done, he'd let me pop his blackheads on his back. Dare I say that was like my favorite part?
Can you intro me? Not for sex. I want that. I want that.
But that's
second
what I was
part.
saying. I think I like tweeted about it, but it didn't get any love, and I was like, y'all are liars. Y'all are liars.
They're scared. They're scared
You're
because
scared of the
likes
truth.
because likes are public. That's why they were scared. But
I know
you
people are a lot more unhinged now post pandemic, so maybe we'll
in general.
we'll try on Threads, see if that works.
Threads is becoming something.
Threads is never going to be anything.
I think-
we're gaslighting. You're gaslighting yourself. We're as a community gaslighting ourselves into being like, no, Threads is fun.
But people
we're
do-
doing some fun shit here. No, I'm seeing creative writing projects on Threads. Oh my God, that's what a Substack is for.
Well, that's
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's
People are trying to story tell on Threads, and you're never going to be Zola. Stop trying to be Zola.
It is a lot of threads on threads. It'll be like a 26-part thread. Like
I don't
Twitter,
need
I feel like it used to be 6-10 max. I will say the Love Island dialogue on there pops off. And then otherwise threads, and I've said this before, is primarily for people getting roasted in the comments. For people who have a terrible take and then they go viral for everyone saying no. And then everyone in the comments is like, I'm here for the comments. That's what threads is for.
I feel like that's also like a weird like AI data mining thing where because it's like you can't possibly have this take. This take is so it's clearly either rage bait or it's just like this weird trying to survey what people actually think. Do you know what I mean? It all just feels like when people are too contrary and just so blatantly stupid, it's like
bot.
It's giving bot.
You're right. I'm sad, but you're right.
I'm sorry.
No,
maybe like that's how pilled I am.
No,
I'm like,
I want the truth. I want the pill.
Like the tech oligarchs like trying to like mine us for data.
No, but it's been happening for longer than we're talking about it.
Fully.
And
like
even if
what
you're
you're
not
talking
right,
about is not. Oh, every morning I sit in the garden and drink my coffee with my husband. Like that is not what you're talking about. You're talking about like purposefully like a woman's only purpose is to breed.
the ones I've seen, I know that that's out there. That's probably literally out there so many times. The ones coming to mind for me are like this girl being like, I'm dating a man with a child and she asked me to take her bra shopping for the first time. She's like 13.
Okay.
And then her like mom got mad at me. And then there's a screenshot of her being like dismissive and everyone's like, you took that from a mother. That one I think is stupid because I think the child should get to decide.
Also take that to Reddit. That's where that belongs.
That's another good point.
Take that to
See,
Reddit.
people
That's
don't know how to use the platform.
People don't
You're
know how to
right.
use the internet. Take that to Reddit. That doesn't belong on Threads. And this is what I'm saying. It's like nobody knows. We've lost our way. We've lost our way.
Will we ever find it back though? Will there ever be a Twitter again?
There will never be a Twitter again. Elon broke Twitter and it's so sad.
He broke him.
He really did that. And it's like, you know what? Take that. I say even you can take that to TikTok. You can even take that to TikTok.
That's true.
But that's not a thread. That's not 4 threads.
I love this fucking strong.
It's not.
Stance.
The Love Island discourse, okay, we're getting back to our roots. I get that. Oh, we're all talking about this one show. Widow's Bay discourse.
Oh, yeah.
Remember White Lotus? That was kind of, I think, the only thing keeping Twitter alive.
Was White Lotus.
It was
3.
like, oh, well, I do like to talk to people about that, but.
But is it worth it?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Damn. Yeah, no contact with AI in every way.
No contact with AI.
The amount of people I've known who, I'm just going to borrow yours, because the amount of people I know, even comedians, even little goddamn creatives, who are like, I've even said like, oh, my friend doesn't use AI, like me and this friend, whatever, we never use AI. And then the amount of people I've heard go, they definitely do. They do it secretly. And I'm like, you're telling yourself that because you feel guilty.
You use AI.
That you are using ChatGPT to look up my big 3 when we meet. First of all,
babe, there are literally websites that do all of that for you for free.
Don't talk to the robot about me. Don't tell the robot about my stars.
Yeah.
It's actually
give the robot that info.
No. I don't want them to know.
Not give the robot that info.
I don't want them to know. Yeah, I think there's like a huge there's a reckoning that I really
people are just
hope will
so
happen.
stupid. Like people don't like it's so because it's like you guys broke Google with like SEO. All this shit is dumb. It's not that hard to be like top 20 mascaras or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like not that hard to like do the research, and like in doing the research I'm being educated and I'm understanding what is tubing mascara, what ingredients, so I can like come to a decision on my own.
Also, that's fun.
Instead of just like being like told by some weird prompt, and it's like I don't trust it, I don't believe it. I wish there was a way to opt out of it. I hate that it just like automatically appears. I don't want
the AI summary in Google.
Yes.
I turned mine off, Danielle, and it's still there.
How do you do it?
I toggled it off and it's still there.
I want to kill it. It's
I want
so
to kill
upsetting.
It. No, I don't Google anymore.
It.
I literally don't Google anymore.
I can't.
I'm on Bing and I'm not joking.
Oh my God, this is what I heard. I did hear that Bing
is back.
We got a Bing, babes. Oh my God. But that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to pull out a Thomas guide. That's how fucking bad it is. I'm ready to take a Thomas guide and a compass to start navigating the streets of Los Angeles. That's how fucking bad it is.
Is GCI.
AI's rotted everyone's brains.
I do think the bubble's bursting in huge ways.
I hope it pops.
There's a few ways, and that will, of course, damage the economy, and we won't be protected, and the oligarchs will.
No,
but for water's sake, no, a lot of people they're not renewing their AI tool contracts.
Good.
I have a friend who
they
works
don't
for.
do anything.
It's not good. It's not
none
good.
of it. Any time. Why am I on the L'Oreal website and they're like an AI chatbot just automatically appears? I don't need an AI chatbot.
You just get through to get
buy
to the
drugstore makeup. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Like, whoever at the L'Oreal Corporation needs to hear this. That's not it.
Because look, in the past 4 years, getting an AI tool would
literally all you could do is
you-
have more models in more shade colors wearing the product. Honestly, I tell you, that's so much more money well spent than an AI fucking chatbot.
and not an AI model, because we can tell. Skechers
We can tell.
is pissing me off every time I take the train. And Snoop Dogg.
They know their demo though. Advertising on the train.
How dare you?
Well, when I lived in San Francisco, there was a big Skechers on Mission and 16th. So.
And like Haagen-Dazs, which I thought was kind of crazy. Only the Fide. You're right. I'm this close to getting Skechers, and I'm just upset you pointed it out. Damn. Thank you I'm always here for an anti-AI little chat. I appreciate it. That could be my no contact every week. Maybe we should just do a whole series each week of the AI thing that made me the most mad that week.
Oh, I kind of love that. Yeah. Honestly, I would watch a whole podcast about that.
I would too.
That pissed me off this week.
That's your idea.
Coming soon
If
to
you
this
want to do
space.
that, yeah.
Watch this space.
Watch this space because it's not AI. I know you got to get going. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
This was
having
amazing.
me.
And I'm glad you're okay.
You know, I'm glad I'm okay. Frankly, Juan's in a better place. Look,
As in
the queens. Look back at Drag Race, Naomi Smalls. Check out Meatball. Go to Learn the Words, bitch, if you're in LA.
Right.
Support your local drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
And support your local fashion designers.
Before it's too late. Cut the mic.
No call, no text, no contact.